come along with me on a virtual jaunt through what I believe are the best bars in Denver, Colorado. Here's the deal. The term bar means something different to everybody. It could be a dive bar. It could be an upscale cocktail bar. It could be a bar that has live music. I'm just going to tell you, like I always do, what my opinion of the best places to go have a drink in Denver are. So there's no real category. It's just what I think the best bars are. Now, I will warn you, my opinion does skew towards the cocktail bars because at this point in my life, as I'm reaching a later stage, that's what I'm into. The sweaty basements with loud music and plastic cups. Can't do that anymore. And clubs, I guess, if that's even a thing. I'm out on that. I mean, it would not make sense for me to be in a club. So these are my favorite bars. I have 7 of them and I'm going to take you through the list. And stick around till the end because I am going to mention a few that didn't make the list that some people may wonder, where are they? They make a lot of lists. I'm going to give you my rationale why I didn't include them. Roll the 6-second intro. Real quick, for those of you who don't know, my name is Sam Newman. I'm a Denver area realtor. It is my goal not just to be your virtual tour guide of our fine city, but your go-to real estate resource as well. I want to work with you when it comes to anything real estate, so don't hesitate to reach out, please. My information is all over this channel. Okay, so best bars in Denver, and these are in no particular order. Number 1 is Williams & Graham. Williams & Graham has been around a while. It is a speakeasy. It is awesome. You enter through a bookcase. It is extremely unique while also being classic. It doesn't feel like it's trying too hard. It's an extremely classy establishment, extremely cool. I mean, literally, there's like a little entrance and then the host takes your name and then they send you through the bookcase to go to the actual bar where it's dark and classic and the drinks are high quality and the bartenders actually know what they're doing. My favorite thing to do at Williams & Graham is just not even order off the menu. Just say, hey, these are kind of the flavors I like, and they'll make a drink for you. It's amazing. It is spendy, but not outlandish, and it seems like every cocktail is $15 now anyway, so it's totally worth it. Have a drink or two. By the way, their food, very, very good. Highly underrated. Shout out to Grant, head chef there. They have an extremely high quality kitchen and push out really, really good food. So go there, grab a bite to eat and have a cocktail. Totally worth it, but get there early. They open at 5, and if you can get there at 5 or as close to 5 as possible, you will minimize the opportunity you may have to wait. If you've been around this channel, you also probably know this was also our first episode we ever did of The Dispatch. I just love Williams & Graham. It's the best. Number 2, Finn's Manor. Finn's Manor's in Rhino, and it's just an extremely cool indoor-outdoor vibe. It's the best during the summer, but they also have heaters, so if you're in the winter, you can experience it too. They do have an indoor part, but then they have this sort of courtyard that just spills out to the outside. It's a seamless vibe. It's just a really, really good vibe. That's why I like going there. The people are friendly. It's in Rhino, which Rhino's a ton of beer. I've always thought that it has the highest concentration of breweries any Denver neighborhood, so Finn's does have beer, but they also make great cocktails too. Sort of stands alone in that part of the neighborhood in that regard. It is laid back, but also quality. I've had many great happy hours that have stretched into the evening at Finn's. And there is always a food truck in or about Finn's Manor. Sometimes they just pull them in. They got this little drive area in the back by the courtyard where they just pull the food truck in. It's awesome. Or there's going to be one within a few blocks for sure, just based on where they are in Rhino. But they usually have them right there. So if you need a bite to eat with your drinks, they got you covered. And ordering from a food truck is an inherently charming experience. I don't know. Maybe people are over it. Maybe they think it's like hipster now or something. I love it. Pizza or empanadas or tacos, taco trucks might be my favorite. It just elevates the experience for me every time. Finn's Manor in Rhino, worth a visit. Number 3, My Brother's Bar. Now, this is disputed, but many say it's the oldest bar in Denver. It's between My Brother's Bar and the Buckhorn Exchange. The Buckhorn Exchange is super old, but I guess it's maybe technically a restaurant, not a bar. Either way, My Brother's Bar, extremely old, established Denver establishment, one of the oldest places in town. They make a tremendous old-fashioned, and they have great burgers. They got one of those old griddles that, they've been using forever, and it's all seasoned perfectly. It's a no-frills burger. They give you the burger, and then they give you a little plastic box with the toppings and the relish and whatever you want, so you just do it how you want. It's awesome. It's a great laid-back place to go. It's right next to Confluence Park there, in sort of the downtown, low-high area, just across 25. classic Denver. If you can go and sit at the bar, do it. Their bartenders are awesome. I totally recommend the old fashioned, but that's the type of thing I order anyway. You're your own person. Get whatever you want. Number 4, the cruise room. Cruise room is right downtown. And if there's one word to describe the cruise room, sexy. Sexy as hell. Probably tired of me saying the word classic, so I won't say it anymore, but the cruise room is another well-established upscale Denver cocktail bar. It's connected to the Oxford Hotel, and the people you're going to find in the cruise room, people who know how to order a drink, and the people making the drinks know how to make a drink. It's one of the few places I've ordered a Gibson in town and they haven't looked confused or made it the wrong way. Some other bars on this list would make it the right way too. I'm not saying that. I'm just pointing out the cruise room. They know what time it is. Always dark and red in there. It's kind of this long bar. You almost feel like you're in a movie. Like there might be stories about mafia ties. I can't remember. Jack White shot a music video there in the cruise room. Very sexy, but in a classy way. As opposed to like, I'll just say it, like STK. It's a chain in town. There's an STK downtown. I think it's supposed to be pronounced steak, but I'm not saying it that way. STK, it's a steakhouse, but it's also a bar, but it's super clubby and feels more like people who don't get out much are going out, and it's kind of weird, and in my opinion, the vibe sucks. Cruise room is the opposite of that. It is elegant, yet welcoming. Probably my first love as far as Denver bars go. It is a must visit. Number 5, and this was unintentional, but Forest Room 5. Okay, Forest Room 5 is in Lowhigh. I don't actually think it's one of the best bars in town, but it needed to be on this list because it's so cool. It is an indoor, outdoor. They have an outside and an inside, but it's all decorated to look like you're outside. It's supposed to look like a forest, hence the name Forest Room. Just super awesome. Something, in my opinion, you got to check out at least once. The drinks aren't amazing. Food's not all that. Service sometimes can be not great. Just being honest with you. But as far as, we're having dinner in Lowhigh, where should we stop by for a drink before there? What about that place that's decorated to look like the woods that Sam talked about on that video? Forest Room number 5. Totally worth it. Let me know what you think. I haven't been in a while. You get to sit on stumps and there's teepee. How can you not smile in that situation? Number 6, Linger. Linger is a restaurant, but this is specifically talking about Linger's bar. So Linger sits in a really iconic location in the Highlands, right next to Little Man Ice Cream, and you'll see that big O Linger sign. That's where Linger is. The building used to be a part of O Linger mortuaries. It used to be a mortuary where they dead bodies are embalmed or something, but that's the whole deal. That's why they left the sign up. That's why they called it Linger. I think it's fun. It's a great restaurant, but their bar, which you go all the way up top to, has tremendous views. There's an outdoor terrace where you can see views of downtown. That's just great. And then there's an indoor part too. And the actual bar, the big bar itself, is like light bright. There's light bright underneath it. I didn't realize it the first time I went. And that to me was just awesome. It's a very fun experience. Not kitschy. Feels like it might be kitschy, but it's just kind of cool. They just a little touch they added in there. Great atmosphere, great views, excellent drinks. Worth stopping by. It does get busy, so you plan your visit accordingly. Last one on here is a wine bar, Trellis Wine Bar in Park Hill. Again, this was featured in an episode of The Dispatch 2, episode 2, award-winning episode, no big deal, but it is a great place. And what I love about this place is I never know any of the wines that are on the menu. I don't know a ton about wine, but nothing about it is basic. One of the owners is a sommelier, and she's very, very intentional about which wine she picks out, and they're constantly rotating, so she keeps it fresh, keeps it fun. If you go during happy hour, everything is half price, so you can try a lot of expensive-ish wines for not that much. You can go there and don't be intimidated not knowing what the wines are, because everybody's super knowledgeable and wanting to help. So you're going to tell them what you like, and they're going to match you with the wine that you're going to like. It's a little bit of an adventure, and that to me is fun. It's tucked into this little area in this new Park Hill Commons, newish development. Worth stopping by for sure. Tell them Sam sent you. A great vibe too. Great atmosphere. They did a really, really good job with the place. If you're into wine, it's my favorite wine bar in town. If you're not into wine but like being adventurous, it's still worth a visit. That's it. Okay, so for places that didn't make the list that maybe you're wondering where are they, let me address those real quick. There are 3 that are on my radar. Number 1 is Forget Me Not in Cherry Creek. Forget Me Not is probably one of the most Instagram bars in all of Denver. It is little. It is not cheap, but you're in the heart of Cherry Creek, and it's a cocktail place. It's very cool. I like it. I thought about putting it on this list. The one thing that bummed me out, they have this really iconic drink, iconic drink with a little rubber ducky floating in it. Saw it all over the internet. Tried to order it. They don't have it anymore. It is purely a personal thing, but that upsets me. I get changing the menu. They totally have their right to. I'm not mad. I was just a little disappointed. But it is a really good bar and is worth a trip. A lot of hype, a lot of scene to it. If you're okay with those things, check it out. Next one's Cherry Creek Grill. This is a restaurant, not a bar, but many people go there for drinks, and it's one of the more established meeting places for drinks in Cherry Creek, I would say. I like this place. I don't love it. My big gripe is they use the bright red maraschino cherries, Old Fashions, and Manhattans instead of the Luxardos. This is a sin, in my opinion, punishable by banishment or worse. Big deal. I do take this seriously. And yeah, I'm not a fan, man. Up your cherry game. That's all I have to say. And then the last one is Death & Co. The Death & Co. and Rhino, very famous, very well thought of. I've never been able to get in. That's it. I've tried going numerous times. There's always a huge wait, and I don't have the time to wait or don't want to. The building's beautiful. I don't know. Looks really cool. People tell me it's great. Never been able to get in. So that's why I couldn't put it on the list. Never actually tried it. I'm trying. I'll probably try again. It's just a lot. That's it, gang. Thanks for watching. Tour guide or otherwise, if there's anything I can do for you, like I said before, please reach out. I love you for watching, and I will see you soon.